And there it is. The sun. Well, that's a shame that there we go. Let's say my phone isn't picking up what I'm seeing. The sun is like blood red. Yeah, not even close to what I'm seeing. Isn't that disappointing? Excuse me. I've got this allergy thing going on right now. But it's really disappointing that your phone on your camera just does never. Like, try to take a picture of a really cool moon, like a full moon. Your camera just doesn't do it. Anyway, welcome to Friends of the Feather. This is my daily videos in my journey to have a micro homestead. I don't know, when can you officially say you have a micro homestead? When can you say you have one? My chickens are here. My quails are here. What is that? Piece of foam or something weird. Okay. The rain has gone away. Today is supposed to be very sunny. It's supposed to be in the 70s all day. I hope that's true. It's very cloudy and hazy right now. Good morning, chickens. Peacon chicons. So, if any of you have been following along, I quit caffeine around like March 15th, 17th, somewhere around in there. St. Patty's Day, my wedding anniversary. I quit caffeine. And since then, it's been about 2 months, I think that caffeine was causing a lot of problems in my head. The differences are so subtle that I think it's probably affecting a lot more people than we know, and they just don't realize it. Like, I used to have real problems with anxiety. I used to have, like, a hair trigger. Like, I would get so angry, and I've had this problem since I was a child. Like, when I was a kid, I had anger control issues. I would get really, really mad. There were these girls that lived up the holler from me. Sorry, it just sounded like a chicken screaming. Anyway, not here, off in the distance. But anyway, so there were these girls in my neighborhood that teased me incessantly. And I used to get so angry with them because because we rode the bus together, and there was probably like maybe quarter to a half mile walk between the bus stop and my house, and they lived past my house on the same road, so they walked home with me every day. And I would always try to get away from them, and they would always catch me, and they would just tell me the most horrible things. They had me so terrified of my third grade teacher that I thought the woman was going to like chop me up and sacrifice me or something. Like, I cried every day, every morning of third grade for probably a week or more, maybe 2 weeks. Made my dad late for work every day. Sorry, Dad. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I remember it very clearly. I remember her name. I remember so much about this. But they teased me constantly. And so I don't know if that's where the anger problem came from. I don't know, but I just remember that was a big trigger for it, and it continued all through life, right? I would have this like just serious rage issue. So that's continued, and I've tried every medication known to man. I've been to doctor after doctor after doctor trying to figure out why it's like that, and because there was depression that went with it a little later on in life. So, there was all this anger and anxiety and depression, and I would have these obsessive thoughts, like, not, that sounds really, really bad, but not like, of self-harm or anything like that, but like, well, sometimes, but, just like dwelling on just wallowing in issues and thoughts and worrying and, thinking that well, what if this, what if that, what if, what if this, what if this happens, what if that happens, is this true? Did they really mean this? I would go back through conversations in my head, like, over and over. Just not healthy, not good. But since I quit caffeine, that doesn't happen. I don't do that anymore. I don't get angry. I don't get, like, explosively angry, like, to where I feel like I'm going to rip something apart. I don't have those racing thoughts. I don't have the wallowing is gone. Like, I feel happy. Like, I told my husband, we were sitting on the back porch. I told upper management, I was like, I think I'm happy. I thought it was the chickens. I don't know. But, so I don't know if I don't know. It's like, maybe it's early onset menopause. I don't know. Maybe there was too much estrogen raging in my system for all those years. I really have no idea, but this calm has come over me since I quit drinking caffeine that I just cannot explain. Like, of course, I was drinking a lot of caffeine, like a lot of caffeine. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And I didn't really drink a lot of caffeine when I was a kid, but I know I did. I did drink caffeine, but not to the extent that I did as an adult. But upper management seems to think that maybe I have some type of sensitivity to caffeine, and I've been sucking it down all these years, and I didn't know it. But I'm thinking, because okay, so I've only been drinking water and caffeine-free products, right? And so I went to lunch with my dad the other day, and we went to Cracker Barrel, and I was like, I really used to enjoy Cracker Barrel's sweet tea, right, when I was a sugar and caffeine consumer. So on the way over there to meet him, I was like, I'm going to get me an unsweet tea, and I'm going to put some Splenda in it, right? Because Splenda is supposed to be all right, which I doubt, but whatever. So, and I didn't even think, not even until after we left. I think I was like in the middle of getting ready to leave the restaurant when I realized that tea has caffeine in it. Sweet or unsweet, it still has caffeine in it. I don't know why I thought that if I went with the unsweet option, it would also be decaffeinated. I don't know why in my head I thought that, but it's new. I'm not used to going caffeine free. So I was sitting there just sucking down. I probably had like 2 or 3 of them, refills of the unsweet tea, and I was zooming, guys. I was freaking zooming. Like, I could tell. Like, that's when I realized that it had caffeine in it, because it started to creep on as I was sitting there, and I was like, oh my God, okay, that was just really stupid. Yeah, duh, it has caffeine in it. So, yeah, but I didn't immediately start having like the same effects that it gave me before, like with the racing thoughts and the crippling depression, and because it was, guys, the depression was really bad sometimes. Like, it's real. It is absolutely real, and it'll chew you up. It's so horrible, and it's all gone. But I think it was the caffeine. I really do. I started to feel better when I got the chickens, and I thought that's what it was. But I was still on the caffeine. And I'd also started eating better. I'd cut out all processed foods and all the seed oils and sugars and all that. So I had done that way before I cut out the caffeine. So it may have been like just a holy trinity of bad food, too much caffeine, and no water. That was probably it. And that's probably 80% of Americans. Bad food, too much caffeine, and no water. It's killing us, guys. It's killing us. Absolutely killing us. Look at everybody just so nicely gathered around the water bucket, having their morning meeting. Oh man, it just warms my heart. It's a beautiful sight. Nobody's squawking, nobody's fighting. We don't have the therapist running around trying to hurt people. I shouldn't say that. It's not hurting them, so. Okay, everyone. So that's my little rant on caffeine. I really think that it's bad for people. I think it's probably worse for some than others, but I really think it's causing all the issues, like the anxiety and the depression and the food that we're eating. It's just you're just making the food industry is just making patients for the psychiatric wards. Yeah, I don't feel crazy anymore. I felt crazy for years, 20, 30 years. I felt crazy. I felt absolutely insane. And I don't feel crazy anymore. So, cheers to that. Right, pecans? Alright. Thank you, 104. Don't you like my ring? Isn't that beautiful? I love it. That was my mama's. That was my mama's ring. I had a really beautiful ring that I bought. It was an heirloom piece that I bought at a jewelry store a long time ago. Oh God, I loved that ring so much, and I lost it. So I punished myself, and I wasn't allowed to wear rings for like 2 years because I was so upset with myself for losing that ring. So I got that one. It's certainly not a replacement for the other one. God, I loved that ring. It was so nice. And I don't like jewelry, so for me to say that I loved a ring was something else. But anyway, thank you, 104 subscribers. If you haven't done so yourself, please join the crowd. Come join us around the Clucky water bucket. That's where we like to hang out. We do 2 videos a day on the chickens. We do 1 video a day on the buttons. Oh, you have to check out the buttons. And yeah, we have a good old time. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good day.